Hey guys, hey! Welcome to Mondays with Mark. I'm Mark, and this is Smokey Steve and Mark. Oh yes, it is! Welcome back, and oh, it's so nice to see you. It really, really is. What a Monday, let me tell ya. Oh man, thank you so much for popping in and spending some time with me. It really, it really means a lot to me. It does. And you know what? We are going to have so much fun tonight. Oh, yes, we are. We're going to go into the kitchen and do some cooking. Not just any cooking, though. Probably everybody knows how much I love soup, right? I mean, I do. I have soup pretty much every single day. And I'm making soup at least, I'm going to say twice or three times a week. It has to be. I mean, I totally dig soup. We'll just say that, And tonight, we're not going to make one soup. We're not going to make two soups. We're going to make 3 different soups. Oh, yes. We are going to have a complete full course dinner all with soup. Oh, yes. We have an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert, too. So, we're going to have to get started right away, because we have a lot to get to, okay? And our first soup we're going to make is called, oh yes, it's one of my absolute favorite soups too. I actually was raised on this soup, and I mean, really any Italian household will find it quite popular, I'm absolutely sure. And there's many different variations to it, okay? We're going to be making some Stracciatella, and that is just Italian for, soup that is made with cheese and eggs. And this one is so delicious, y'all. Now, this soup, in my opinion, is commonly overlooked for some reason, and I don't know why, because it is absolutely delicious. I mean, it's light yet filling, and the layering of flavors, well, it's just magically divine, let me tell you, okay? So let's go over into the kitchen as we make our appetizer soup right now. Oh yes, we are, and Stracciatella, it's just Italian for a soup that contains eggs and cheese, and this soup does, and y'all, this soup is so easy to make, and it is so delicious, okay? So let's get started. Now, I'm using my Instant Pot today because all the burners on my stove are being used, right? And a lot of people don't realize, well, I shouldn't say don't realize, a lot of people don't really think that they can use their Instant Pot as if they were using their stovetop as well, just by using the saute function. And that's what we're going to use today to make our soup, okay? Now, we have it on saute, and then when we're done with our soup, we're just going to hit it to warm and keep it warm and serve it right from the Instant Pot. How cool is that, right? All right, let's get started. So, here are our ingredients. It all starts with, oh yes, chicken broth. Now, this is probably the most important component to this recipe, okay? So you want to use a good quality chicken broth, preferably homemade, okay? I just would not use a little chicken bouillon cube in water, okay? Do go all out on the broth, okay? So, you are going to need 6 cups of good quality chicken broth. In addition to that, I have about 4 cups of fresh spinach. In a pinch, you could use frozen chopped. Then we have about a heaping cup of pecorino romano cheese, nice and finely shredded. And then in here, I have 3 eggs, which I've beaten very well. And we have a cup and a quarter of long grain brown rice. And then, of course, salt and pepper. Okay, so to start, this is all we do. All right, we're gonna go there. We're gonna put our broth right in the Instant Pot. Remember, set to saute, okay? And we're gonna add our rice. All of it, all at once, okay? Now, we're just gonna give that a little stir. And let it come to a boil. And I'll see you when it does.
A few moments later.
Ooh, nice. All right. So now our next step, we're going to add our spinach. Oh yeah, I know it looks like a lot of spinach, but spinach definitely cooks down. And that's about 4 cups of fresh spinach, okay? So we're gonna put that in there. We're gonna give that a little stir just so that all of our spinach is has been touched by our, our broth there. Okay, now in addition to that, we're gonna put about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Dun, dun, dun. And then we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of our cheese, okay? And if you remember, I said, we have a cup here. We're just gonna put in enough that we have, about that much left over for a garnish at the end, okay? So now, give this another stir. Dun, dun, dun. And then we're gonna let it come to a boil again and then reduce the heat. And I'll see you then, okay? All right, so it's to a boil. And then if you're using your Instapot, you would hit cancel and then keep warm, all right? So next, this is the fun part of this one. I love doing this. All right, so we have 3 beaten eggs in here, right? Beaten pretty well. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna drizzle it on the top of our soup, like in a circular motion, just all over the top. Kind of funnel cake-ish, if you will. Just like this, all over the top. Okay, and now we'll just let those eggs cook until they're done. It only takes like a minute or 2, okay? And that's it. The soup is finished. And we'll be ready to bowl this up. Oh, I want to stir it so bad, but don't do it yet. You need those eggs to cook. Oh, it's time. Now we give this a little stir and break up our eggs in here. I think this is the fun part. Look at it. I just love it. Oh, all right. So now we're going to just give that a stir. All right, perfectly. Oh, I can't wait to have. It's been so long since this is a staple soup in Italian households. I grew up on this soup. I love it. It's so simple too. All right, so now we're all ready to serve this up. Now, like I said, I made this in the Instant Pot, so if you hit warm, it'll stay warm as long as you want it, and you can serve it right from your Instant Pot. And to serve it, all we're gonna do is ladle it out into bowls. Ooh, I cannot wait. This is a fantastic appetizer soup. It really is. All right, there we go there. Put that on there. And then we're gonna garnish with a little more of our Romano cheese right on top. And there you have it. There you go, our Stracciatella. So what did you think? Oh man, I wish you could taste it. I really do. It's very delicious. I hadn't made this soup in so many years, and it brought back so many memories, and it's so delicious. And full disclosure, made it last night and ate it last night. And I'm gonna have it tonight again as well. I really am. I truly dig this soup. Okay, I do. And like I said, there's many different variations too. In fact, sometimes it's just made with the chicken broth, the cheese, and the eggs, and nothing else. Or you could even swap up the spinach. How about with Swiss chard? Or how about arugula? Oh man, the nice peppery flavors from the arugula would make it just. Oh man, it would be so good. So, alright. So anyway, I promised you a full course dinner made with all soup. So that means we need a main course. So we're going to go back in the kitchen and make some chili. But not just any chili. This chili has all the comfort of a big pot of home-style chili with homemade cornbread baked right on top. And did I mention, oh yeah, I hid a layer of gooey cheddar cheese in there too. Come on, let's go make it. Oh, it's chili time, y'all. Yes, it is. Not just any chili. I told you this is gonna be our main course. So we're gonna have a nice hearty chili, and it has an awesome cornbread topping to it. Oh yes, and all homemade, all right? So let's get started, right? In my pot, I have about a tablespoon or two of cooking oil in there. And people have been asking me what kind do I use, and for cooking, like, just general cooking, I do love this. It's Bertolli's cooking olive oil, and it's really, really good. You can cook with it, bake with it. It's awesome. So that is my go-to cooking oil if anybody was interested, all right? So, and to that, we are going to add about a cup each of chopped up onion, celery, and our green peppers. Yeah! All right, so we're just gonna let that saute down for 5 minutes. Smelling good already. Okay, at this point, this is where you would add, if you would like, another pepper of your choice, like a jalapeno. Now, I'm kind of a mild chili kind of guy, so I don't add jalapenos to mine. But if you want to, this is where you'd add it in. And for a nice, like mildly spicy chili, you would add 1 jalapeno pepper that you took the seeds out of, okay? All right, so now at this point, we're going to add 1 pound of lean ground beef. Bam, okay. And then we're going to add, I think you guessed this, a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, and now we're just going to break this up and let this continue to cook until our ground beef is all nice and browned, okay? Ooh, yummy, yummy ground beef. Yummy, yummy. Okay, all right. So next, we add our seasoning blend. Okay, so in here, I have 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons each of salt and pepper, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. And we're going to add that right like that. Oh, yes. And also, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Dun, dun. And then give that a stir. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. And so, people were asking me also, do I use fresh garlic? Do I use garlic cloves? Do I buy the jars of pre-minced? Well, I do a little bit of all of that. If I have fresh garlic on hand, I always use it for minced garlic, But we do keep a jar of minced fresh garlic in the fridge, for when we don't have the cloves. But y'all, my newest obsession, freeze-dried minced garlic. Love it! Oh my gosh, this is so great. If you haven't tried it, try it, okay? Because it saves time. It tastes marvelous. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Did anybody come up with smell-o-vision yet? Anybody yet? Oh my gosh, we have to invent that. Oh. All right, so right now, what we're going to do is we're going to add 1.5 cups of beef broth. Here you go. And then we're going to add 1 can, I believe it's 14 ounces. Yeah, 1 can of petite diced tomatoes. Now, for my chili, I usually use fire roasted diced tomatoes, but they didn't have any at the grocery store. So my, runner-up brand is with green chilies, and I always choose the mild because I like mild chili, So, but you could use regular petite tomatoes too, whatever, your choice. And put them all in, including the juice. And then we have 1 15-ounce can of red kidney beans, which we've drained, and we rinsed them off real good. Pour them in there, too. And then we have 8 ounces of tomato sauce, all in at once. And all we're going to do now is stir this, and then we're going to bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer while we make our cornbread batter. So are you ready to make some homemade cornbread? Now this recipe, my recipe for cornbread, you could use it to make, cornbread outside of this chili too. It'll make great cornbread muffins or just just some cornbread, right? But we're gonna use it as a topping for our chili today, okay? So I have 2 bowls here, and these are my dry ingredients. In here I have 1 cup of yellow cornmeal, 1 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And over in our wet bowl, we have 1 cup of milk, 1 egg, and 1/4 cup of cooking oil. And I just, kind of whisk that all together there, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do here now is let's give this a little stir here, get all these ingredients incorporated. That'll be good, just like that. All right, out there. And then we're gonna pour our wet ingredients right into our dry ingredients like that. And then we're going to mix it up, okay? And we're just gonna mix it up until everything is moist, okay? We don't wanna over mix this. Think of like batter that you make for brownies, You just kinda wanna get everything moistened there. Lumps are totally fine. Ooh, look. Looks good. All right. And then we're going to add one of these small cans, the little ones. How many ounces are these? I think they're 6 or 7 ounce can of whole kernel corn. We're going to add that right in there. Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is so good. So give that a stir up there. Dun, dun. And there you have it. We have cornbread batter. It doesn't get easier than that, does it? Oh my gosh, you'll never buy pre-made cornbread again, ever. All right, so next, we're gonna put this batter on top of our chili, all right? All right, so now, this is where our cheese comes in. Oh yeah. So I have here about a little over a cup of shredded cheddar jack cheese. Oh yes. And we're just gonna sprinkle this all on top, okay? Just like so. Okay. Ooh, nice. Okay, and now we have our batter ready to go here. And we're just gonna pour this on top. And let's see, I want to get you to see it. Okay, I'll try to do it that way. We're just going to pour this all on top, and then we're going to spread it out nice and evenly so that it goes to the edges. That looks good. Okay. All right. So now we're ready to bake. So we're going to bake this in a preheated oven to 425 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes until the top is nice and golden brown. All right. Let's do this. Off. Oh, it's ready to come out. Okay, let's see. Yes! It looks fabulous. Okay. Here we go. Oh, this is so good. All right, so for the finishing touch, yes, we are going to sprinkle it with some more cheese. Oh, yes. I mean, because, come on, why not, right? And I mean just a little bit. This is just to make it look pretty, All right, so you can pop that back in the oven for like 1 or 2 minutes, or just let it sit. It will melt completely, And that's all there is to it, you guys. We're gonna let this cool down for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna serve it up. Right, let's dig into this, baby. Yes, okay. Let's see here. If I can do this without making a mess. Here, hold that side. Real quick. Boom! Okay. Not bad. All right, let's check it out. Oh, can you see it all in there? Oh, my goodness. Oh, I can't can't wait to dig into this. It smells so delicious, y'all. And there you have it, our main course chili with a cornbread topping. Chili, 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 chili. Oh, didn't that look good? Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, it really turned out good. Now, I will say one thing. I do like my chili on the mild side with a little bit of sweetness to it too. But if you don't care for, like, you know, a little bit of sweetness in your chili, just reduce that sugar a little bit, okay? And you'll be just fine. So anyway, I hope you liked our main course, because up next, oh yeah, we're gonna make dessert. And if you've never had a dessert soup, you have to try this. You absolutely have to. This dessert soup is like an apple pie in a soup. It really is. It's so delicious. This is a Norwegian apple dessert soup. Now, like more commonly, desserts and dessert soups from other countries are really not that sweet, but this is the exception. It really does taste like an apple pie in a soup, all right? And I'll tell you, I'm having so much fun so far. I think this would be just perfect for a date night, right? Like, how about maybe a themed dinner or something? You know, all soups. You know, Steven and I, we worked on this last night together, and we had such a wonderful time. We did all the prep together, you know, and then of course, well, we ate it together, you know, and it was a really nice time. So yes, I do think that, you know, a soup themed date night or a soup themed maybe dinner party, I think is a fabulous idea. Okay, all right, so come on, let's go make this Norwegian apple dessert soup. Are you ready for dessert? Are you ready for soup? Well, we got both in one right now, and if you've never had a dessert soup before, oh, this is a great one to start with. And it's perfect for this time of year too, with autumn coming, because there's apples in it and cinnamon. Oh, it's so good. Y'all, we're gonna make some Norwegian apple dessert soup. Let's get started. Here's the ingredients. In our pot here, we have 4 cups of water. In addition to that, we're going to need about a pound of apples, and they are peeled and cored and sliced just like you would for an apple pie. That would be anywhere, maybe 5, 6 apples, depending on the size, okay? Now, you can use any apple you'd like. I just would say maybe any baking apple. You could use Granny Smith, but really any apple will work. I think I got Honey Crisp apples for this one. I think that'll taste marvelous, right? Okay, in addition to that, we have some seasonings here and sugar. That would be 2/3 of a cup of sugar with 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We also have 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch and the juice from 1 lemon. Okay, now if you cut your apples up ahead of time, okay, use that lemon rind there, okay, and squeeze the rest of the juice out of it, add some water to it and throw it all together, just so they won't, you know, brown so much, okay? So, let's get started. All right, so we already have our water in our pot, and we're gonna turn this up to medium high, and then to that, we're going to add our apples. Okay, and, oh yes, our sugar and cinnamon. Oh yes, and our cornstarch. Pretty much all of our ingredients, right? Now we're gonna give this a stir until all that's nice and incorporated there, and you don't see any more lumps of your cornstarch or your cinnamon. But even if there's a couple, you'll be fine, because next what we're gonna do is bring this to a boil, okay? All right, So now when you come to a boil, we're going to reduce our heat to low and let those apples simmer until they're nice and tender, okay? Now, depending on the type of apple you use, that could be anywhere from 5 minutes to about 10 or 12 minutes, okay? You want them to be tender, but still hold together a little, okay? Oh yes, I think we are perfect. Okay, so you'll tell when they're done. You could use a fork, of course, to, test it. But you can also tell by, see how some of them are breaking up already? Like, as soon as you see that, your apples are ready, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna fish some of these apples out and set them aside. Now we wanna get the ones that are pretty, together as much as possible here. And I'm just gonna do, let's see here. I don't know if I should give you a whole count or whatever. We did 2 scoopfuls here. We're doing about a cup, okay? We're taking about a cup of apples out, all right? And I think that is just perfect. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna turn off our heat. There we go there. Okay, and now we're gonna stir in our lemon juice. And this is the lemon juice from 1 lemon. Pour it all in at once and give her a stir. And then we're going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. I know, right? Salt and pepper with apples. Trust me. Trust me on this. Yeah, about 1/4 teaspoon. You can always do the taste test in a little bit, but this should be just fine. And let's stir that in there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we have these apples set aside, okay? So now we're going to blend this up with an immersion blender, or you can do it in batches in a stand blender too, okay? So let's get to doing that. All right, I think we're good. Let's see here. Get that off. Oh, yep. Perfect. That's great. Okay, and now we just add our apples right back in there that we had removed from earlier. Give that a stir. Ooh, nice. And now we can do the taste test. It doesn't, not maybe a little pepper, but I think it's good. I'll put a tiny little bit of pepper in there. All right, and give that a stir. Okay, and now we serve it up. Alrighty. Okay, so traditionally this soup, it actually could be served a few different ways. Traditionally, over plain or vanilla yogurt, Greek yogurt, or with ice cream. Oh yes, so I have some vanilla bean ice cream here. And we're just gonna put that right in the bottom of our bowl. 1 scoop will be just fine. And then we ladle our Norwegian apple dessert soup right over it. Yo, this is like an apple pie in a soup. For real, it is. We're gonna do one more. This is gonna be a nice dessert. Plenty for 2. Look at that! And there you have it, our Norwegian apple dessert soup. Oh man, what fun! I've had such a fantastic time tonight. I really hope you did too. I am so digging this soup thing we're doing, let me tell you. And that dessert soup, oh, you have to give that one a try. And maybe you don't like apples, just Google dessert soups. There are so many to pick from, okay? Now, I wanted to tell you too, if you're pressed for time a little bit, you can actually make all 3 of these soups at the same time. That's what we did last night. okay? The key is in your prep. Just make sure you have everything all prepped for all of your soups before you start. Steven and I, we made these soups from start to finish in an hour and 25 minutes last night. And yeah, definitely the prep was the key. But heck, get the whole family involved. Get the kiddos involved if you want, you know? Just get everything ready ahead of time so that once you start your first soup, you'll have everything ready for all the other soups too, okay? Oh man, I'm pooped, let me tell you. Let me tell you, I am pooped. It was so much fun. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really hope you give these soups a try. Definitely hit that subscribe button, okay? And that notification bell so you know when we have a new video coming out, all right? Check us out over on Facebook and Instagram, and I will post all 3 of these recipes over there probably within a day or two, okay? So you can just, screenshot them or download them and print them out, And let's see, all of our contact information is listed right down below. That's our P.O. box and our email address, as well as the link for our wedding website. You can check that out. We updated it yesterday with some more pictures and stuff, and our registry is on there too for those of you who asked. Thank you very much. Thank you again for watching, everybody. And you have a fantastic week. Remember to stay positive, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, everybody. Mwah.